I suppose my biggest joy is being out on the streets, talking to people who've never heard about Jesus or don't know the gospel, and that's really where my heart is. I want to help people to receive Jesus into their life. So I'm really most of the time not in the church as much as outside the church, talking with people, and it's kind of a hunger in a lot of people for God's Spirit to move in a new way, and one of the ways that's come out is the worship. It's just gone up and up and up. The power of God has fell in different churches, different types of churches, but the power of God has been experienced as people are really worshipping Jesus. But I'm kind of excited because it's right on the edge of taking that worship out onto the streets. For example, some folk that I know have got out like busker style, starting taking worship songs outside, and we've seen the Holy Spirit actually moving. We felt the presence of the Holy Spirit, but moving out on the street, and it's become sort of more like the Acts of the Apostles. And I remember once I got close to the worship. I started singing over the microphone in the Spirit. I've never done that before, Usually I'm going up to people, sort of hassling them to accept Jesus, giving out pamphlets and stuff like this. But as I was singing in the Spirit, there was a girl just across the way, and she was really enjoying what I was saying. I don't know what I was saying. I was singing in tongues, and afterwards I had an interpretation, saying about how God is a father to the Syrians and to the Iraqis, and eventually he's a father to the people in Newquay, and I was really getting moved by the emotion, and suddenly it stopped, and I went over to this girl, and I said, "Are you a Christian?" She said, "No, I don't believe, I'm not." And I was just about to start to talk to her about Jesus when one of the worshippers came over and just prophesied over the girl, and I started praying in tongues while she was prophesying, and this girl's eyes, before we prayed for her, eyes were really messed up. You could see the pain in her eyes. When we finished praying, and I knew the presence of God was there, her eyes were totally clean. They were like kids' eyes, babies' eyes. And she went, "Wow." She said, "Who are you people?" "Wow." We said, "Oh, we're just a bunch of Christians from Camborne on the run." But, God had touched her. This is the sort of stuff we're starting to see. Just this weekend, we were up in Devon, and my wife, we worshipping the Lord in the centre of Exmouth and having a time of praise. Then my wife said, "There's somebody here who's got trouble with it's a distended stomach," and a member of the public put their hand up straight away, and she went over to pray with this woman, and immediately the pain that this woman had been in for ages suddenly went, and the woman was prepared to say, "Yeah, this has happened to me." She wasn't prepared to come on the microphone and said it because she was shy, but we were able to say, God has just healed this woman just now. And this is the sort of thing I got a vision to see this happening, of seeing not just busker style worship, just not just one musician, but say 5 or 6 musicians, and say, well, why couldn't we have 500 people on the street? Why couldn't churches say, we're not going to meet on Sunday, we're going to meet on Saturday, and we meet on Saturday in the centre of Truro? I mean, that would really, that shoppers would walk into the presence of God. They would feel the presence of God. And if you had words of knowledge, as happened just now, it would be amazing. God would move just like in the Acts of the Apostles. That's what I'm excited about.